Morning. So, quick update because it's been some time I made one. Finally, the car we have for sale is being built, and like I promised, this car when we're gonna build them, which we are making the instructional video on how to. And this is like I promised. It's pretty much from the start to the very end. So, starting Mr2, fully working, everything on, disassemble everything, remove the old engine, including everything, prepare the chassis for the new engine and how to install the engine and everything. And we are at about 3/4 of the video now. And I have to tell you, this takes 3 times longer, I'm shitting you not, to do the job while filming and showing everything. When Steve is here, it's much better because he holds the camera and just do the job and explain everything. But if I have to hold the camera and explain the stuff and at the same time doing the job that requires me to use both hands, yeah, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. It's not really a pain in the ass, but it's just it takes time. But yeah, we are there. We have the engine in, we have the mounts in, we have the everything in. The engine is sitting in properly. This was actually my engine that's supposed to go in a Frog, so I put more effort and money and time into this engine than just a normal swap. This one has obviously we checked the engine all around it. It has a new shallow sump. It has a new starter motor, new flywheel, new clutch, and new timing with the water pump and all the stuff. A fresh turbo, KO4 setup, as this is all we use. We got the shafts already in. We got all the mounts in. There you go. Everything works. These are the baby shot. There's not even a confrontation. There's not even a comparison between the motorsport shafts which they use. These ones actually I use much better CV joints, bigger CV joints than the original ones. They're hugely bigger. If you see, for example, the ABS ring is pretty much almost the same diameter as the outside of the CV joint, and if you see there, there's a huge difference. The ABS ring obviously goes inside the hub, and see how much the CV joint actually diameter sticks out of it is much bigger. Besides, obviously, bigger shafts and a different material. This is, they are motorsport grade, so yeah, breaking those. Yeah, Steve refreshed the engine bay, removed brushed off some surface rust because this car only has some surface stuff, no rust whatsoever, so this is good. Then we're gonna check it all around, wheel bearings, brakes, tires, alignments, all the basics, and then put it through the test, and she's gonna be for sale probably. Well, she's for sale now really. You can buy it now if you want to, but she's gonna be back on the road probably next week. The reason we're doing that, I think I explained already, but let me go through this again. This MR2 1.8 when you have turbo engines, Volkswagen engines or Audi, same stuff. It took over much quicker than we were even hoping for, and the response from people and customers was great. We actually find out that we didn't know at the beginning, but there was a lot of people that don't even have an MR2 and they consider to buy one because of this possibility. And again, of course, you have the K20, all the different swaps, but in comparison, they are way more complicated. Most of the time, you need a specialized garage or workshop or mechanic to do the job. They are far more expensive for the gains. So this proven to be simpler. You can do it yourself. It's extremely easy to leave after. It's reliable. Big gains is the engine that takes very little spendings to bring it to, well, Steve is running 500 brakes and he spent barely any money on it, very little, if you compare it to different engines. I mean, I'm not saying this is the best engine in the world, but it's top there. It's, same quality as the best engines you can have for, the 4 cylinders, small stroke, like 1.8, 2, 2.4, whatever. And again, I had a K24 swap and I know something about it. Anyways, back to the topic because I'm drifting off as my usual. So we find out these people were considering buying the MR2, but obviously when you know you're gonna buy the MR2 to do the engine swap because you want a little supercar, not a high-dresser car anymore with a gutless engine. Usually you're looking for a shell, for a car with a broken engine, with no engine, all the stuff, usually. So it's a hassle, you have to find a car. If that's the right one, you take it, you have to organize it to transport. If you, when looking for a car, you checked it, it's not what you're expecting, you go back, and you look for one again, and then, this is the second chance, and then organize the transport, and all. It's a hassle. No matter what, it's a hassle. It's like buying another car, it's a hassle. So people were asking us, if they could just purchase the entire car, bypassing all the stuff and come over here that they already know the chassis is good, the body is good, has been checked, there's no rust, all the checks around wheel bearings and the usual checks you would do when you buy a car, buy mechanics, buy a workshop, and then already fitted with a better engine, everything working, you jump in, everything works like standard, like factory, all the dash and everything. There's no surprises, no lights, no something is not working because obviously it's a different engine. No, everything works. So we realized that there is quite a big demand towards that kind of market, not just getting the parts to do the job or converting the cars for the customer, but actually people want to buy a complete cars already finished. And so that's what we did. Obviously this one is very cheap because we decided to just get the money back what we spent, or what would you obviously spend to transform one of these cars. There's no profit on the top of all of that, none of that. So this is a good deal. Grab it till it's here. The Frog, this is not the news. The Frog has VR6 engine in because, as you know already, if you don't, then there you go. We've developed engine mounts and all the stuff around it to fit VR6 and VR5 inside the MR2 as well. Because why not? It's another great engine. And don't take me wrong, I think the 1.8 in overall is the best option because it's the simplest and all the stuff. This is more complicated because it's much bigger engine. Wait, it's 6-cylinder. So, of course. And to fit it in a better position because it's slightly heavier, and not to do major modifications, we decided to do what the majority of people do with the MR2s when they put V6 engines, much bigger engines, and they cut the bulkhead, the firewall, which is only tin foil. Don't take me wrong, this is not structural. Everything that is structural, we leave it alone, we don't touch it. We don't touch any of the structural stuff on the chassis, just, kind of like a body panel. This is just tin foil. And obviously it's going to be nice cover here, like a Clio V6 rear engines ones, like supercars with the engines on the back. So we're going to finish that very, very nicely. And it makes the working on this engine, even in this chassis, extremely easy because you got access to everything. It's actually nice to change your spark plugs from inside the car. Anyways, that's already finished almost. I was working with the wiring loom, but I need to wait for my ECU, the immobilized ECU, to come back to me probably next week. I'm gonna plug it in and just make sure everything is working, the dash is working, all the sensors and everything, just to double sure everything is good. And then this engine, the whole setup I'm building on this MR2 on my Frog, including the exhaust and everything, because we're gonna put a nice note on this engine because they already sound great. The moment it's finished, I'm gonna take it out and we're gonna put it in another chassis that we're gonna put for sale. I think. Don't take me wrong on this because we change our minds and we have different ideas every hour here. Not every day, not every week, every hour. It's crazy. But I think this is settled. So that for sale, and then this setup is going to be another MR2 and for sale as well. So we're trying to satisfy that market as well and see which one people would prefer. In MR2, this is my MR2, so this Frog. Once this engine is out, she's gonna receive her final engine that's gonna be there, and is that one there. Not generically the VR5, but that engine exactly there. We have few VR5s, obviously there's one there, that's Steve's one with the turbo ready. There's this one here, there's another one in pieces to build up for turbo, and obviously that one is gonna be in the Frog. It's gonna be about 500 brakes. It's gonna be the base for the MRS 500. MRS 500 is gonna be 500 brakes, obviously, 5-cylinder, 2.3 turbo, very responsive, very playful engine, with possibly, I think, DSG gearbox, because then the MRS 300, which is gonna be 350 brakes with a smaller turbo, much more responsive, much more playful with less horsepower. On that one we think we're gonna use the manual gearbox, which I kind of prefer. So why we're using the DSG on the 500 brakes one when I prefer the manual? Because 500 in these cars, it starts to be not dramatically a lot, but yeah, substantial. And it's gonna make your life easier if you can keep your hands on the steering wheel all the time when you're driving aggressively. It's just an idea, then in the progress we may change our minds, but I think it makes sense. So there you go, this is what's going on. Obviously all the mess again because we're flat out, especially with this. This one now, because the engine is in, I don't know if I've shown you, but the wiring loom that I already built 3 days ago actually, is already in the car, well, in the engine bay on the engine itself. I'm gonna put it inside the chassis. Obviously I'm charging Steve's GoPro, gonna film it everything. It's literally plug into the ECU, plug into the body, 2 wires into the ECU, and everything works. So we're gonna fire this up today, and yeah, everything's on the camera. And it takes me, trust me, it takes me 3 times longer to do this with the camera than just doing the job. But we promised, so it is late, but we keep the promise. So hopefully we're gonna finish it today, and then maybe Steve will be able to edit the video next week at some point and post it on, so you can see the entire process, what it takes, how many parts does it take, and how much work and how actually easy it is. Because you know we always say it is easy, it's easy, it's easy, but this time we would like to show it how easy it is doing this job, and you can actually do it in your driveway. Anyways, I think that's all for now. Now I really want the Frog. You know what, I actually like it with the grey. You can't see it from this because there's no, let me close the door, but I really like it with the grey roof. I actually like Steve's one with no roof but with the roll cage in. He doesn't like MR2s with no roof, but with the roll cage in is a different game, so it's pretty good. Look how dusty that car is. Anyways, the Frog blue with those wheels, over fenders, and a grey roof. Yeah, it's growing on me. I kind of like it. I might keep it. No, I can't keep it. It's not mine. Anyways, yeah, I'll see you soon. Oh yes, and the Silvia. What we do with the Silvia? I wish I had the time to put another engine in. Now we can put the VR6 in there. We can put 1.8. We can put another diesel, whatever. It's just it's time. I think I'm really gonna be forced to sell that car with no engine. You know, everything is working. The whole chassis, the electrics, the lights, pumps, and it's a great chassis. But honestly, it's time. Now I'm back, obviously, since last year, racing on the bikes. And again, we're doing the British Rally Championship, probably races in between, and then, you know, some other stuff. It's just no time. So something will have to go, and I'm afraid Silvia for real will have to go as it is. I said it so many times, but this time I think it's happening. Anyways, see you soon.